शुरू करते हैं आज का हमारा योग अभ्यास। पहले हम थोड़ी सी वार्म अप या सूक्ष्म व्यायाम करते हैं। Let's start off by moving our fingers first, the toes. Let's wriggle our toes first. Let's do it a few times. Now next we will move our entire feet ahead. Stretch your leg as much as possible when you point it ahead, when you point it straight. And then you pull it back as you breathe in. So let's do this a couple of times. Stretch your leg ahead and flex it back. And let's do side to side. First, we'll try and put our left pinky toe on the floor. Then the right one. Keeping our knees straight here. घुटने को मोड़े नहीं यहाँ पे. 3-4 बार करने के बाद पूरी सर्कल बनाएंगे अब हमारी एंकल से बेंड करते हुए clockwise. Let's do it 5 times and reverse 5 times. Now bending our leg from our knees. Let's straighten and bend. Let's do this 5 times. Left leg. Let's draw circles with our leg now. Keeping our knees straight, not bending it. Let's do as big circles as possible. 5 times clockwise and then reverse. The other leg. Now moving to the side. Let's now extend our feet towards the side as much as possible. We'll do the right one first. Let's extend it 5 times. Left side. Now coming onto our feet, placing our feet about 1.5 feet distance wide. Let's first try and get our right knee to the floor, keeping the left leg straight. This is going to stretch our glute or the thighs to the side of the thighs. Hold it there. The next one, let's do it to the left leg. Right leg is now straight. Now let's repeat this a bit fast. A few times. Now holding our feet together, let's try and flutter our legs and try and place our knees touch the knees to the floor. Let's keep our legs straight now, folding the right one and placing it on the left thigh. Let's press the left leg to the floor, breathing out. Breathe in. Let's pull it closer to our chest. Breathing out to the floor and to the chest. Now holding the big thumb, big toe, let's try and make circles with the leg. 5 times clockwise and 5 times the reverse. Now the same leg, let's try and lift it. So we're stretching our glutes again. So we're lifting it at the ankle and pressing it at the knee. So we're trying to keep our feet straight as we're getting it closer to our chest. All right. So let's repeat with the left leg now. Yes, as we breathe in, let's get the knee to the chest. Once more. Let's hold the thumb and the toe, the big toe, and 5 circles. When the leg goes straight, ensure that you don't bend your knee when it is straight ahead. 5. Let's do this. And relax. Now let's place one leg. Let's do Ardha Padmasana now. Placing one feet onto the other thigh. Let's try and bend over on the feet which is on top. So we're trying to bend over the left side now because the right is on top of the left. So let's try and bend over our left thigh. And relax. Let's do it on the other side. Left leg is on the right thigh. And we're bending over our right thigh. Relax. Now sit in a comfortable position. Sukhasana or Ardha Padmasana or Padmasana, whatever suits you. Let's do a side twist first. Placing our left hand over the right thigh. Let's twist our body to the right. And relax. Do it on the left hand side now. And relax. And we do a forward bend. For that, we're going to clasp our hands like this, but behind our back. So this way we are stretching or including our shoulder blades as well. So let's clasp our hands behind and bend forward as we breathe in. And relax. Now we will do a few side bends. So placing our right elbow on the floor. Let's try and get our left hand parallel to the ground. The other side, left elbow on the floor, right is parallel to the mat, the ground. And relax. So quickly bringing our hands in front of us, let's quickly turn our hands at the wrist. We can do it one hand at a time. So this gives us more leverage. Holding our right hand, moving the right, left, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Now I'm going to bend it, my palm inward and on the top as well. So I'm just trying to use the left hand to make the movements more pronounced. Now doing it with the left, holding the left hand. Okay. So now we're going to quickly do a little exercise of the shoulders, placing our hands over the shoulders. Let's do circle with our elbows. Try and make them as big as possible. So engaging our shoulders clockwise and then the opposite direction. Now holding our the right wrist. Let's pull our hand behind our head. So this way we're stretching the arms. Opposite side. Okay. I'm going to quickly do some exercise of the neck and head. So first we'll try and place our left ear to the left shoulder. Feel the stretch on the right side of the neck. Now do it on the right. You can use your left hand here to give a little pressure. Okay, now we bend our head forward. You can apply a little more pressure by placing our hands over our head. And lastly, behind. Quickly, let's rotate our head in all four directions. Twice clockwise and twice anti-clockwise. So we'll say 3 times Om and Gayatri Mantra. Om. 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 Om Bhurбhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. So let's straighten our feet now. Just shake it a little bit. And coming on to the Ukuru position or Malasana without using our hands. Let's try and stand. And quickly do some warm up here as well, so that in this winter month, we are a little better warm to do the yogasana. So let's quickly do a small jog. We're just trying to add a few cardio elements before we get on to the asanas. Okay. So let's do one. Let's try and do the opposite toe touch or feet touch. So this way we're trying to bend the waist a little bit. So let's do this opposite hand, feet touching. We look at the hand on top. So let's do this about 50 times. Let's start. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. All right. So now let's move on to our first asana. Let's do the Chandra Namaskar. Starting from the left side of our mat. Holding our hands. Let's begin the asana. Before starting, we'll just say Om Chandraya Namaha. Let's raise our hands to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let's bend towards the left hand side. This is the Ardha Chandrasana. And relax. Now let's take a step within the mat, feet pointing towards the front corners of the mat, bending at our knees. Let's try and get them as close to 90 degrees as possible, holding our hands as well at 90 degrees. Our fingers in Gyan Mudra. This is a Devi Asana or the goddess pose, also known as Utkat Konasana. And relax. Now we'll do the triangle pose, the Trikonasana. Left leg facing forward, right is towards the right side. Both hands parallel to the ground. And we move forward and try and get our right hand on the mat. And the left hand stays above. We'll try and look towards the left hand. And relax. Now we'll do the Pasuttanasana or pyramid pose. So both feet pointing to the right side now. Lift our hands. And when we bend forward, as we breathe out, let's try and bend from the waist onwards so that we're trying and placing our chest on the thigh, the right thigh. Keeping both feet straight here. Now we'll transition to Virasana. So let's place our left knee to the floor at an angle. Don't keep it at right angle. This has to be slanted. So we're getting the maximum stretch on the thigh. Bring both our hands up and behind as much as possible. relax. Now we'll move or turn our entire body towards the front of the mat. Both hands in front of us. Place it on the mat if you want to get some balance. We're trying to sit solely on our right leg. This is called a half squat or skandasana. You can try and get your hands in the Namaste Mudra. Let's move on to Malasana. This is a full squat, getting both feet together, bent. Now from here, we'll start repeating all the asanas on the left-hand side. So we first do the half squat on the left, sitting on our left leg. We first try and balance ourselves here. Once you have a little balance, let's try and get our hands to the Namaste Mudra. Now turning ourselves to the left, right knee on the mat at a little angle. So we'll try and stretch our right thigh here. And relaxing. We come into the pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Both feet are straight. And we try and bend over our left thigh. So moving on to pyramid pose from here. Our right leg faces front and right hand is up in the sky, is on top. We try and look at our right palm. Okay. As we stand up, we'll try and come into the goddess pose. Both legs are bent at the knee. Hands bent as well. And relax. Bringing our left feet close to our right. Hands in Namaste Mudra. Stretch it above your head. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, let's bend over the right hand side. And relaxing. This finishes one round of Chandra Namaskar. So now we will do the Surya Namaskar. We'll do it for 5 minutes. Let's do it at our pace. Whatever speed suits us. So let's start off. The first one, probably we can just do it together. Let's start off with Om Suryaya Namaha. As we breathe in, stretch our hands above our head. Take a deep breath in, breathe out. Breathe in again. And we bend behind. That's the Hastottanasana. As we breathe out, we come to Pada Hastasana. As we breathe in, take our right foot first behind. Ashvasanchalanasana. As we breathe out, mountain pose, yeah, Parvatasana. We come to the plank. As we breathe out, Ashtangasana. As we breathe in, Bhujangasana. Breathe out, Parvatasana. Breathe in, the right leg comes ahead. Ashvasanchalan. Breathe out, Padahastasana. As we breathe in, Hastottanasana. And as we breathe out, relax. So let's do this now for the next 4 minutes at our own pace, alternating left and right legs.
अच्छा टाइम है उन लोगों के लिए जिनको मैं कभी नहीं देख पाता करते हुए, न तो योगा ट्रीट में जाते हैं न तो यहाँ खोलते हैं। तो आप अपने लिए अगर आप अपना वीडियो खोल देंगे तो मैं देख करके आपको बता सकता हूँ कि आप गलत कर रहे हो या सही कर रहे हो। प्लीज फायदा लें।
This is the last minute running. So if you're doing the end with the left, if you're doing the right, finish off with the left leg, because that completes the set. Once you're done, Let's just lie down on the mat, relax. Keeping our feet slightly separated, about a feet or so. The hands away from the body. Your palms are open and facing sky.
So everybody is master. तो हम चेंज करेंगे आप लोगों को एक एक करके कि आप करवाएंगे पूरा. हाँ, सो इट इज श्योर नेक्स्ट वीक से जो भी लोग यहाँ पे आते हैं 13-14 जने वो एक एक क्लास लेंगे. अदरवाइज यू हैव टू ओपन योर वीडियो.
Taking deep breaths here, so we try and normalize our breathing. Okay. Now we move on. We'll do the Navasana. So this is a combination of Paschimottanasana and Halasana. So we'll try and do the rocking poses for a few times and then hold in the Halasana. So let's try and do this. First we will stretch our body. So hold your hands, clasp your hands like this, interlace your fingers and stretch above your head. At the same time, stretch your feet. So elongating your entire body here. You can try and put all the 3 buns here as well and relax. We'll do it once more. We'll try and stretch our entire body, applying all the 3 buns and relax. So now we'll try and get our feet closer to our hands, which are on top, and then we'll try and moving closer to the feet, we'll try and touch our feet. So this is a rocking motion. We'll try and do this a few times. So first let's get the feet closer to our hands, and then keeping our hands close to our ears, we'll try and touch our feet. So we'll try and do this motion a few times. At the 5th time, we'll hold our feet behind our heads. So this is the Halasana. So let's try and hold our feet here for 30 seconds.
निखिल जी और अच्छा कर सकते हो, कमर के नीचे हाथ रखो तो पैर पीछे चला जाएगा. वाइब सही कर रही है फिर से.
And relaxing. Let's try and get our feet back on the mat. Try and get it slowly so that you don't raise your head. Your head stays in position on the mat. So do this very slowly. Okay. So now let's do the balancing asana for this, or the upasana. So we'll try and do Matsyasana. For Matsyasana, let's come on to our elbows first. So raising our upper body, let's try and place our head on the mat. We fold our legs and lift our backs here. So let's place our hands below our back. So we're trying to take support of our elbows because the weight is going to rest on our elbows. Now we're going to straighten our feet slowly. So the entire weight of our body now rests on our elbows and our head.
सिर का बीच वाला हिस्सा आना चाहिए ना, नहीं तो फिर फायदा नहीं होता ना। पहले लेट करके कोहनी के सहारे सिर लगाना था, उसके बाद कंधा उठाते तो कंधा अपने आप जमीन पे रहता। जब तक सिर के बीच वाला भाग आपका नहीं आएगा ये आपको फायदा नहीं देगा। इससे अच्छा तो कंधारासन कर लेते। नहीं
अच्छा,
नहीं नहीं, आपके लिए नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, Those who are, जिन्होंने अपना वीडियो खोला है उनके लिए बोल रहा हूँ। तो देखा आपने वीडियो खोलने का फायदा और नुकसान। इसीलिए मैं कहता हूं अपना वीडियो खोल के रखो तो कम से कम आपको कुछ बताया तो जाए, गाइड किया जाए कि कहाँ गलत कर रहे हो।
and getting our feet back. We'll try and release the weight from our elbows, placing our backs on the mat. Let's relax, place our entire body on the mat now. After this, we'll quickly do the Makarasana so that any pain catches in our back will be sorted. We'll do the third version, or Tisri Vidhi of Makarasana. Bend your right leg, place it on the left hand side, and try and get the knee onto the floor. In the meantime, we'll try and place our right shoulder on the mat and we look towards the right. So this is Makarasana. Feel the stretch in the side of your on the waist. You may hear a few popping happen. This is extremely good to relieve you of any back pains if you've had while doing Surya Namaskar or Halasana. You can actually do the Kapalbhati here as well. So we'll relax now and do on the other side. And when we do it on the left hand side, we can also introduce the Kapalbhati. So let's get into the position first. And then start off with the Kapalbhati as well. So that's about 30 counts of Kapalbhati breathing, which is approximately 30 seconds. So now, while we are on our backs, let's also try and do the Pavan Muktasana. So firstly, we try and bend our right leg, getting it close to our chest as possible. Now we're going to lift our heads and try and place our chin close to the knee. For those
पैर के पंजे के नीचे रखो जो पकड़ सकते हैं, राइट।
For those who can, you can also hold your feet like that. You can try and do the Kapalbhati here as well. Let's do it for 30 seconds. So now, with the left leg, You can either hold your feet or you can
नीचे
hold
वाला
it
पैर उठा लेंगे तो और एक फायदा हो जाएगा, जो नीचे सीधा पैर रखा है उसको थोड़ा ऊपर राइट
on the left hand side. 30 seconds. You can lift your right leg here. And relax. Now we'll do this with both feet. First, let's fold our feet. Try and hold the feet, the soles together. Lift your head, your chin close to the knees as possible. And we'll do the Kapalbhati.
हार्डली 9 मिनट और आसन के लिए बचा हुआ है आपके 9 मीन्स 6:35 तक आप कर सकते
जी and relax. So now turning on the right hand side, we'll quickly come on to our stomach. And here we'll do the Sarpasan. So this way we are
वो पोज कर लें वो पोज कर लीजिए सरपासन का टाइम अननेसेसरी जाएगा वो पोज में देखिए आपका सरपासन भी हो जाएगा ये भी हो जाएगा राइट
धनुरासन ठीक है ठीक तो धनुरासन के लिए पहले हम राइट लेग को ऐसे उठा के we'll try and place the sole of our feet onto that back as much as possible. This is just a preparation for the bow pose. Same with the left. Now bending both feet, hold it at the ankle and lifting both our upper bodies and our feet. We'll try and rest our weight onto our stomach area. We can add a little element of rocking here as well. So as you breathe in, we try and get our face closer to the mat. And as we breathe out, our knees are closer to the mat.
हाई ब्लड प्रेशर वाले इसको नहीं करना चाहिए राइट लेफ्ट
And you can also do the rolling to the right and left.
ये हो गया ना सरपासन
जी
दिलीप जी थोड़ा हिम्मत रखो
So now we'll do a few asanas sitting. We'll start off with the Mandukasana. This is an extremely important asana. And we'll spend at least 2 minutes on this, trying to do these 3 versions of Mandukasana. So the first one is making the fist, our thumbs on the palm, closing it with the other fingers. Place it as below on your tummy as possible. Breathe in, breathe out. And front, here we can introduce Kapalbhati as well. If you have any pressure issues, please do not strain yourself. And relax. So the next version that we'll do, place just one fist over your navel, cover the hand with the left palm, and we'll repeat the same process. Relax. And for the third variation, you can choose to sit in Padmasana. So we're going to place one palm over the other. So we can try this in Padmasana, or you could continue to do it in Vajrasana as well. So let's place one palm over the other and try and place it below the navel or around the navel. So you're pushing your entire stomach area up. So this gives a lot of pressure around this area. So let's repeat this again. If it's uncomfortable, do Kapalbhati here. Let's not do it here in this position. And relax. Now quickly do the Upasana for this. Let's do the Supta Vajrasana. So for Supta Vajrasana, we sit in Vajrasana, separate our feet so that we can place ourselves on the mat. Now with the help of our elbows, we'll try and bend over. First placing our head for support, and then slowly releasing and placing our shoulders on the mat. We can do the Kapalbhati here as well. Let's do it for 30 seconds.
एल्बोज को बाहर करिए तो आपका आ जाएगा, सिर आ जाएगा। पीठ नहीं आता कोई बात नहीं, कोहनियों को बाहर करिए, थोड़ा सा कोशिश करो, और इसका बिस्तर पे अपने कोशिश करोगे ना तो ये आपका सबका हो जाएगा। बोलता हूं ना मैं कि यहाँ पे थोड़ा दिक्कत होती है। पैर खुलता है, खुल जाने दो, चिंता मत करो। हाँ? और जब लगे कि ये एकदम से नहीं हो रहा है तो उष्ट्रासन कर लिया करो, वो तो मालूम है ना।
With the support of our elbows, we'll try and raise our body. Be careful when you're getting up. Do not try and hurt your back. Now we'll quickly get on to Vakrasana. So get both legs straight in front of you. Bend the right. Let's keep the feet on the right side itself. Now twisting our body, we'll try and sorry, the alarm has just gone off. Okay. So the left hand, you need to twist yourself across the right leg and hold the left knee. So this is
बहुत अच्छा। हमें तरीका आ जाए बस, मैं नहीं कर पाऊं वो दूसरी बात है।
The leg which is bent, the same hand is behind your back, and we're turning towards the same side. 30 seconds. We'll release this. Do it on the left hand side. Forgot to mention that you can do the Kapalbhati here as well. So turning to the left hand side now. Thirty seconds. Okay, so we're nearly out of time. So let's quickly do the Singhasan and then move on to Pranayam. So for Singhasan, we'll do this version. We just sit in Sukhasan or Padmasan. Let's place our hands with our fingers inward. And let's do the roaring sound 10 times, 4 times straight and 3 times on either side. Coming back, just quickly massage your throat. Now we'll say Om once and move on to Pranayam. Om. Let's start off with Kapalbhati. Let's do it for 5 minutes.
हाँ, जिस दिन मैं करवाता हूँ उस दिन मैं नहीं देख पाता ना, क्योंकि मैं कैमरे से दूर रहता हूँ। करते रहिए। तो जिस दिन मैं नहीं करवाता हूँ उस दिन अगर आप अपना वीडियो खोल लें तो मैं आपको देख करके बता सकता हूँ ना कि आप कहाँ गलती कर रहे हो, उसमें क्या सुधार और कर सकते हो। ये हम आपके लिए कहते हैं ना, अपने लिए तो करते नहीं कि हमें देखने में बड़ा अच्छा लगता है जब आप करते रहते हैं, वैसा तो नहीं है ना। तो ये आपके लिए कहा जाता है। इतना कहने के बावजूद भी अगर आप नहीं खोलोगे तो फिर तो पता नहीं क्या कर रहे हैं, फायदा ले पा रहे हो कि नहीं ले पा रहे हो। अरे आप थोड़ी देर के लिए करो, मान लो आप पूरा टाइम नहीं देते, 15 मिनट देते हो, तो 15 मिनट में जो आपको करना चाहिए ठीक से कर ले रहे हो कि नहीं, एक बार विश्वास तो हो जाए। फिर भी अगर आप नहीं खोलते हो, इट्स अप टू यू। हम तो आपके फायदे के लिए बोलते हैं, नहीं। अरे कई लोग तो प्राणायाम भी गलत करते हैं। आपको मैं बता दूं, जब उनको कपालभाति करने के लिए बोलते हैं तो सांस जब भरते हैं, सब जन सांस निकालते हैं तो पेट खुल जाता है। अब कैसे पता चले बताइए, जब तक आप खोल के बताओगे नहीं, दिखाओगे नहीं कि आप कपालभाति कर भी सही रहे हो कि नहीं कर रहे हो, कैसे पता चले। मान लिया आप सही कर रहे हो, बट इट्स ओके। अगर आप अपने से कॉन्फिडेंट हैं कि आप सही कर रहे हैं तो मत खोलो वीडियो, कोई जरूरत नहीं। दूसरे प्राणायाम करवाओ, क्योंकि कपालभाति तो हम आसनों के दौरान करते ही रहते हैं, नहीं?
जी जी, ठीक ठीक है। तो अभी मूव करते हैं सांस होल्ड करने की प्राणायाम। Let's take a deep breath in, breathe out, and try and hold our position there. Let's see for how long we can hold our breath. It would be good if we can hold for a minimum of 30 seconds. So let's start. For people with BP or any other breathing issues, please do not try and overdo this one. Do it at your convenience. So we can increase this duration as we go. Let's do Agnisar after this one. So Agnisar ke liye, we have to take a deep breath in, breathe out, and on a breath out, we'll try and move our abdomen area or the stomach area and try and pulse our stomach here. So also do this pranayam depending on your health conditions. Try and do 3 breaths over here. This is the last breath that we will do. Okay. So now we'll move on to Vastrika. For Vastrika, I find it comfortable to sit in Vajrasana, but you can do it as you prefer. So we'll do the Ramdev one here. Let's do it 3 times, 3 different speeds, folding our hands, our elbows close to our body. As we breathe in, we lift our hands up, fists open, and as we breathe out, get our hands below with a jerk, possible. So let's do this at three stages. So the first one, 30 counts, slow pace. Let's start.
बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं, जिन्होंने भी वीडियो खोला है, इट्स वेरी नाइस।
So the next round will go slightly faster. Let's do this. So anybody with pressure issues, please do at the second pace itself, because the third pace is really fast, may not be suitable. So let's do the third pace now. This goes really fast. So after Bhastrika, we can quickly come to a child's pose. Just relax and normalize our breathing. So from Vajrasan, just spread your leg, stretch your hands above you, and just place your forehead on the mat. Let's take in a few deep breaths here and normalize our breathing. And okay. So next one that we will do is we can do the Anulom Vilom. So because it's winter months for us, we'll try and do it on the right hand side. So we can do this mudra with our fingers, the ring finger and the index finger and the middle finger closed. We'll close the left nostril with the ring finger, and we'll breathe in and breathe out on the right nostril.
ये भस्त्रिका बोलते हैं, अनुलोम विलोम नहीं, दिस इज भस्त्रिका।
Bhastrika, okay.
बट हाँ, मैं अब थोड़ा सा क्लियर कर दूं। अनुलोम विलोम और भस्त्रिका में आप करते रहो, में फर्क है। भस्त्रिका में वी हैव टू डू विथ वन नॉस्ट्रिल, देन द अदर, then anuloma viloma, then the both. And if we are doing anuloma viloma, we have to just inhale from my left, exhale right, then again inhale from right and exhale in left. That is one cycle. So this is the difference between Bhastrika and anuloma viloma. Huh? Anuloma viloma, we are not taking, not keeping inhaling or exhaling with one. But in Lom Vilom, we are taking this alternate. I think, understand?
जी जी ठीक है। तो पहले हम राइट से शुरू करते हैं भस्त्रिका। ठीक है मैंने। So we'll repeat the same thing on the left hand side now. Now we will alternate on both sides and do it using both nostrils. So we'll do this for 60 count, starting from the right. And lastly, we will do this using both our nostrils at the same time. We'll do this for 60 counts as well.
At least 10 to 15 seconds. Means this is known as Antarik Kumbhaka, means hold after inhale. Then after 15 seconds, exhale, then hold.
Okay. So we'll do that. From is it from both nostrils, Arunji?
Yeah.
Both nostrils. Okay. So let's do holding of our breath in between breathing and breathe out. We can use the Gayatri mantra as guidance as well. Breathe in for a Gayatri mantra, hold for 1 month, breathe out, and again hold. So that will be a good indication of the time. So we can start now.
This is strengthen our lungs. And when we are holding, we have to keep the tribandha, means squeezing our tummy. Put your chin close to your chest and Mool Bandha, squeezing the urethra muscles and rectum muscles. So after this, we have time for Ujjayi Pranama and Brahmari.
Okay. So now we can move on to Ujjayi Pranam. Before Ujjayi Pranam, we can do, there are two variations. One is making the snoring sound, and that's engaging your throat. As you breathe in. The second one is also engaging your throat, the lower part of your throat, but this is making a squeaking sound like. So you can choose to do one of these. I'll do the second one.
At the end, you have to hold after inhaling. Then breathe out with your left nostril slowly.
Okay. So lastly, we will move on to Brahmari, placing our thumbs in our ears and closing our eyes, forehead, and the face with the other fingers. Let's try and do the humming sound. So this will create vibrations in our head, just below the skull, our brain. This is also good for our eardrums, make it stronger. Let's do this 5 times. We have a couple of minutes. We can just sit in Dhyan for about a minute, close our eyes, and just feel our breath in and out.
You have to feel the sensation of exhaling and inhaling on your nostrils. Keeping your Moolbandha, that is very, very important. Just squeeze your urethra muscles as well rectum muscles. You have to focus on 2 things, Moolbandha and the sensation of your breathing on nostril tips. Time is over.
So we'll wind up. We'll say one Om and then we'll end with the Shanti part. Om. Om Dyo Shanti Antarikshya Gvam Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapa Shanti Roshadaya Shanti Vanaspataya
Vanaspataya Shantirvisvedeva Shantirbrahma Shanti Sarvagam Shanti Shantireva Shanti Sama Shantiredhi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Rub your hands together and then place the feet on your eyes, on your face, forehead, And slowly just spread the heat on your face, on your hands and legs.